Hello, guys. I just want to drop this here quickly. So, I've been thinking a lot about retreats. Since morning I stood up and I read the gospel and was thinking about retreats. Retreats. Why is retreat important? You notice that this used to be a thing, right? How life is structured, but slowly we, in a fast-moving world, a noisy world these days, there's hardly a time where you want to sit down and you're not doing anything. Either you're not looking at your phone, or you're not, you know, answering emails or doing the texting or watching a movie or a video or listening to something. We are always occupied and we are thinking less and allowing activities to think for us, which calls for the importance of having a retreat as the world gets more noisy and messy. And life can get, very busy. Activities, work, the rat race in a maze, right? Running in circles without heading in any direction. So, and we do all these things, to all this work to earn a living without actually living, without even getting a good experience from life. You know, life as a journey, right? Without really experiencing it, and it is sad that we don't take time to just stop, you know, just stop, take a deep breath, relax, and recess, come out stronger and better. You know, it, taking time to rest has always been part of life. Ingrained deeply in nature. In fact, Africa, which is a culture I'm coming from, right? And I'm sure you find this across all the world. You know, we we are structured. We structure life. Our culture is structured in such a way that time for farming and time for harvesting. Then you have seasons where you just rest, allow the land to gain back strength and nutrients before you go back to farm again. So that's usually the routine for people that are predominantly farmers, right? Settle for agriculture. Hunters, the same thing. So time to take a break and evaluate as you journey through life is a known thing that exists in nature. You find out in the weather, it rains sometimes after that. You find that collaboration in nature. Plants, seasons where they plant and harvest. Animals in mating seasons, weather too. If it rains sometimes, you move to dry seasons, and like that, it goes in circles. So this is something that nature knows. Even animals, they know when to sleep, when to wake up. And they do this in sync, in a kind of sync. So animals knows when to hibernate depending on the time and seasons. And so does, those our fathers, right? You know, centuries before now, they know this and they observe this. So what do you come out what do you bring out from harvest, from a retreat? When you take time to rest, what information do you bring out? From you tend to see things from a clearer perspective, right? Because you sit down and you stay back and ask questions that are important. What am I not doing right? How is my result? You evaluate them and see what you need to stop or what you need to do better, right? You get those feedbacks when you just pause and sit down. Just like when you farm and you harvest, during your harvest to spoil, probably you didn't till the land very well, or you didn't give the time enough time to rest before using it. In this case now it's your mind. Your mind might be affected, either by weed or by constant worry or something. You're not eating healthy, you're not healthy, or you're under pressure. Discover that we have a lot of tools to make automate work now, but hypertension is increasing. Right? We say the world is getting more easier, but more people are getting more hypertension and challenges. Now, referencing the book of John, the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 18 to 22. In this, we see Jesus' reaction to what retreat is, or what taking time to pause to think and rest. In his own case, he does more of prayer, right? He has two questions basically in the gospel. Who do men say I am? Two questions. That's the first one. The second one is, who do you say? You're speaking to his disciples now. Who do you say I am? The first question is an attempt to get feedback about his interactions with the external world. The people outside, a little bit more distance from him. Maybe his work. In this case, his preaching work. It might be your work, your school, your office, whatever you do in your volunteer work. And the second one was the disciples, his family, right? Because some people might be efficient at their work outside, but in the family they are not so good. So it's good that we ask those questions and sit down, ask ourselves, evaluate feedback. So Jesus Christ, as insightful and thoughtful as he is still sat down to ask that question, showing us how important it is for us to take retreat. So every retreat should, when you take this retreat, what should you come out with, right? Every retreat should come out with a resolution on what to do better or what to do less, depending on what you get from it. You should come out with a resolution on how to be better. And also you set up checkpoints on how you know when you're there, right? Okay, I used to be here before this and this and this. When I get them, I know okay, I'm making progress. So this is just a way to give us a step towards becoming better and more productive and living a life worth living. All right, thanks, guys.